My future wife, I sing a song for you. Sometimes words fail me, and even as a prince who has spoken before thousands, I find myself silent when it comes to you. For love like this cannot always be explained, it must be felt. And so, if my voice could turn into melody, if my heart could speak through music, then every note would carry your name. Tonight, I do not sing for the court, nor for the world. I sing for you, my future wife, for in every rhythm, in every pause, in every breath, I want you to feel what I feel. The depth, the peace, and the eternity of my love for you. There are songs that praise beauty, songs that tell of kingdoms and stars, but none of them could capture the light that you bring into my life. Your smile outshines every sunrise I have ever witnessed. Your laughter is a melody that plays softly in my mind even when the world falls silent. And if I close my eyes, I can almost hear the harmony of your soul. Calm, kind, endlessly graceful. You are the music I didn't know I was missing, the rhythm that steadied the chaos inside me. When I sing for you, I am not performing, I am confessing. Every word is a truth my heart has longed to say since the first moment I knew you were mine. As I hum the first line of this song, I see flashes of our story, how our paths crossed, how destiny patiently waited for us to notice one another. I remember the hesitations, the distance, the quiet longing that turned into certainty. And now here I am, pouring my heart into sound, letting love flow like a gentle stream between us. This song is my letter to you, written not in ink, but in feeling. I want every note to remind you that even when I am far, my love is near, echoing in every corner of your heart. There is a verse in my song where the music slows, where the world seems to pause. That's the part where I think of the future. I imagine you by my side, our hands entwined, our laughter filling the palace halls. I imagine the nights when words are unnecessary, when a look is enough to say I love you. I imagine the quiet mornings when I wake and realize once again how blessed I am to have found you. That's what my song is about. Not fantasy, not perfection, but the kind of love that feels real, grounded, and eternal. If my song ever reaches your heart, I want it to remind you that you are never alone, for my love follows you like a melody that never fades. Even in silence, you will hear it, in the rustle of the wind, in the whisper of the rain, in the soft rhythm of your heartbeat. You are the muse of my soul, and through every verse, I will keep celebrating you. You are not just my future wife, you are the poetry that lives in my existence, the calm after every storm, the voice that gives my life its harmony. So tonight, as I stand beneath the stars and let my voice rise into the quiet sky, know that every word, every note, belongs to you. The world may hear a song, but only you will understand the heart behind it, for it was written by love, born from devotion, and meant for only one listener. Are you, my queen? And when this song ends, it will not truly end, because love like ours never does. The melody will linger in the air, in the stars, in the silence between us. And long after the last note fades, its echo will remain, a promise, soft but eternal, whispering, I will always sing for you. When I close my eyes and think of the first note of this song, I remember the first time I saw you, the way your presence filled the room without a single word. There was a calmness in your eyes, a softness that carried 1,000 unspoken stories, and I knew at that very instant that my heart had found its rhythm. That moment became the first verse of my song, a melody shaped by destiny. It wasn't about beauty or grace alone. It was about the peace that your soul brought into mine, a peace I had never known before. Every time I sing that part, I remember that first glance, and how, without saying anything, you changed everything. The second verse of my song belongs to the silence. Those moments when I missed you more than words could express. The nights when the moon was high, and the palace was quiet, and only your memory kept me company. In those moments my voice trembled with longing. I sang not to be heard, but to feel closer to you. That's when I realized, love doesn't always need presence to survive. Sometimes it's built in absence, in the spaces between words, in the echoes of a promise unspoken. That's the verse I hope you'll feel most deeply. The reminder that even in distance, my love never fades, it only grows stronger. The third verse carries the heartbeat of hope, that fragile yet powerful feeling that keeps love alive through everything. When I wrote it, I imagined you standing under the same sky, looking at the same stars, maybe thinking of me too. And I knew then that the universe was listening. Every sound, every chord was my heart's message to you, sent across the silence of time and space. That verse isn't just a song. It's a vow wrapped in melody, a promise that no matter where life takes us, we will always find our way back to one another. In the fourth verse, the melody softens. It becomes a whisper, a confession. It's where I speak of the days when I felt unworthy of your love, when I questioned if I could ever be enough. But then I remembered how you looked at me, not at the crown, not at the name, but at the man behind it all. You saw me when I couldn't see myself, and that became the light that guided my voice. That verse is my gratitude, my surrender, my truth, that your love didn't just make me feel cherished, it made me whole. The fifth verse is where the song begins to rise, a moment of pure joy. It is the sound of two souls finding each other after lifetimes of waiting. I composed it imagining the day we stand side by side, not as a prince and his bride, but as two hearts finally at peace. It's the moment the world fades, and all that exists is you and I. No titles, no distance, just love in its most honest form. I want you to know that when I sing that verse, I'm not singing to the world, I'm singing to your soul, the one that answers mine without words. The sixth verse carries the sound of forever. It's a slower tune, steady, certain, eternal. It speaks of the days after the wedding, the years we will spend building a life together, the laughter that will echo through our home, the quiet nights we'll spend simply being near one another. I wanted that verse to sound like a heartbeat, because that's what you are to me, the rhythm that keeps my soul alive. It is the part of the song I hope to keep singing every day, even when no one else is listening. Just me, humming softly to the woman who became my forever. And finally, the seventh verse is silence. The kind of silence that says everything. After the music fades, there's a pause, a moment of stillness where the world seems to stop and listen. That silence belongs to us. It's where my voice ends, and my heart continues speaking. It's where I no longer sing with words, but with presence, with devotion, with the quiet certainty that no song, no poem, no lifetime could ever be enough to describe how deeply I love you. That's how my song ends, my queen, not with applause, but with forever. As the first note escapes my lips, the world seems to still. The air becomes softer. The stars above seem to lean closer, and even time hesitates, as if afraid to interrupt. My voice trembles slightly at first, not out of fear, but out of reverence. For the one I sing to is not just my beloved, but the very soul that gives my heart its rhythm. You sit before me, your eyes glistening with the faint glow of candlelight, and for a moment I forget everything, the kingdom, the crown, even myself. There is only you, and the sound of my heart turning into song. Each word I sing feels like it has been waiting centuries to be spoken. I see your expression change with every verse, sometimes a smile, sometimes a tear, sometimes that look of quiet wonder that makes my world feel sacred. And I realize this is why people write songs. This is why they sing, not to be heard by many, but to be understood by one. My voice carries the weight of everything I've never been able to say. Every line is a confession, every pause a heartbeat that belongs only to you. The melody rises, and with it, so does my soul. It feels as though I am floating between worlds. One made of memory, one made of hope. I see flashes of our story in the music, the first glance, the first word, the first dream we dared to share. My voice carries those memories like petals on a breeze, letting them rest gently at your feet. And when I catch your gaze again, it feels like every sound, every word, every emotion finds its home. You are the ending of every note and the beginning of every silence. When the song reaches its middle, I notice something shift. Your hand slowly touches your heart, and a small smile forms on your lips. It's a simple gesture, yet it feels like the universe just answered a prayer. That single moment tells me everything. You heard me, not just my song, but my soul. The melody turns softer, more intimate now, as if meant for no one else in the world. I am not performing anymore. I am surrendering. My voice is no longer just sound, it is my love taking shape in the air between us. As the final verse approaches, the air feels heavier with emotion. I pour every ounce of feeling into those last few lines, letting my heart speak its truth one final time. I can feel the tears gathering in my eyes, but I do not hold them back, because love should never be hidden. I let the emotion flow, my voice steady but full of ache, full of devotion, full of everything I have ever wanted you to know. And in that moment, I no longer feel like a prince. I feel like a man who has found his forever, and is unafraid to show it. When the last note leaves my lips, silence fills the room once again. But it's not the silence of emptiness. It's the silence of peace, of connection, of love that no longer needs words to exist. You rise slowly, your eyes shimmering with tears, and the look you give me says everything my song tried to express. It feels as though the stars themselves bow to this moment, as if heaven has paused to honor a love pure enough to move even the stillness of night. When the final echoes of my song faded into silence, it felt as though the whole world exhaled with me. For a heartbeat, everything was still, no words, no sound, only the gentle rhythm of our hearts beating in quiet harmony. You stood there before me, your eyes shimmering like morning dew beneath the first light of dawn. That single look, soft, overwhelmed, full of love, became the answer to every question my soul had ever asked. I realized then that my song had done what words alone never could. It had reached the deepest part of you, the part where love listens without needing to understand. As I watched you step closer, I felt the universe shrink until it was just us. No throne, no crown, no duty, only two hearts meeting in the space between sound and silence. You didn't speak right away, and you didn't have to. The way your fingers brushed against mine said everything. It told me you felt the truth behind the melody, that it wasn't just a song of love, but a promise of forever. And in that moment, I understood what it meant to truly belong to someone. Not to possess, not to own, but to be known so completely that even your silence feels like music. When you finally whispered my name, it felt softer than the song itself, like the final note completing the symphony. You told me that the melody would stay with you, that it had touched your soul in ways you couldn't explain. And hearing those words, I realized that love doesn't need grand gestures to be eternal. Sometimes, it's found in the quiet exchange of emotion, in the way two hearts learn to speak the same language without a single word. That night I didn't just sing for you. I sang with you, even if your voice never left your lips. As the evening carried on, I noticed how the air around us seemed lighter, how even the stars appeared brighter, as if they too had listened, as if they too had fallen in love with the sound of what we share. You laughed through your tears, and I remember thinking that this very moment, was what all my years of waiting had been leading to. Not a grand coronation, not a moment of power, but the quiet, soul-deep realization that my heart had found its forever home. In your presence, every note I've ever sung, every word I've ever spoken, finally makes sense. And now as the night deepens and the fire burns low, I sit beside you and feel the kind of peace that no crown can offer. I don't need applause. I don't need the world's praise. Because the song I sang was never meant for them. It was a gift for you, and in your eyes, I found all the recognition I could ever want. You are my muse, my melody, my meaning. And though the song may have ended tonight, its echo will live on in every heartbeat, every breath, every whisper of love that passes between us. For as long as I live, and even beyond time itself, my queen, I will keep singing for you,